should be all visible to you now. So I'm Katrin, and I will talk about search and discover data on PANGAEA. And starting, now we start. So there's a quick overview. So there's actually several approaches of searching the database, and I'll try to cover kind of variety, so maybe everybody finds something to be comfortable with. So it's about downloading then of your search results and where to find documentation and help. And we end with a little quiz. And we've heard already the term FAIR, findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. And this part is about the F and the A, the findable and accessible. So there are several approaches to search the database. So we cover very quickly the technical background, and then we have a look at the several approaches. So technical background. Let's assume we have two little text files, and we'd like to. We have a search query. We want to find the word "not" in, and want to find out whether they are in both and where they are. So the most obvious thing would be a string comparison, but that's actually really slow to go word by word and to look for whether the word "not" is inside the text. So we do something else. We do something that's called inverted text. And so inverted text is kind of an index. So we get your data set, and then we read through the complete data set, and all the words that appear in that data set will be put into an index. And then if you're looking for one very specific word, then you can see in the index where in the text you can find it. So now our little text files have document IDs. It's 0 and 1. And we have a list of all the words that are appearing in both of the text and whether they're appearing in one or in both, or in which one. And so if we again search for the word "not," then then we simply have a look in our index, and then we can find it. And then the result for this example, for this very simple example, would be that it's in both texts. So that's really just a technical background. So Doro already showed you the PANGAEA webpage, and so very prominent there you have a search panel, and you can use it by typing in any kind of keyword you can think of. It's kind of a search in any other web browser. Just start with any keyword, type that in, and then so if, for example, you're thinking of the keyword mosaic, then it will also give you an overview what else you can find when you start your search with mosaic. And as soon as you click enter, you will get a long list of search results. So let's have a quick look. So here's your search panel and your keyword. You get a long list. In this case, it's more than 4,700. And you can see now your search result lists. So it consists of your title, author, so it's a full citation, and your DOI. And it also gives you a score. And the score is indicating how well this result is matching the keyword from your search. So what you can also see is that on the left-hand side, there is now something that we call a facet filter that has popped up. So you can use that too, because if you type in a word here, it will search basically everywhere. So the word can appear in the title. Maybe there's an author that with the last name of Mosaic, but it can also appear in the abstracts of data sets or in any other reference that's linked to your data set. So if you want to be more specific, because you only actually would like to know about the project Mosaic, then you can go, for example, to the left-hand side, and then you can see that there are projects, and it's already giving you suggestions what can fit or what is suitable for your search, what might be suitable for your search, and then you can click on Project Mosaic, and then you can see that the number is going down because your search is a little more specific. And then you will find out that more than 4,100 datasets are related to the Project Mosaic. So if you have a closer look to the facets filter on the left-hand side, you can see that some have a little checkbox, so you can tick it or untick it. But there are others, there is no checkbox. And if you, for example, click on one of the authors, then they are appearing in this panel. And if you think, or if you want to specify your search in a different direction, then you can unclick them here in the facet, in the panel of the upper left-hand side. Yes, so what you can also do, so you can simply add the search terms you're looking for in the search panel, and they will get automatically linked with the word "and." So in this way, you're looking for the word mosaic, you're looking for the author Stephanie Arndt, and because there is a little blank inside, because I simply put it there, it's not necessarily needs to be there. But if I want to include it, then I need to put the quotation marks around it. Otherwise, it's looking for the word Arndt and the word Stephanie. But now it's looking for Arndt Stephanie. And then we're looking for Polarstern and Snow Pit. It's the same here. There's a blank inside. And if I want to look for Snow Pit instead of Snow and Pit, I need to put quotation marks around. So as I've mentioned before, if you put the words in the search panel, then the search will look for it everywhere. As I said, for example, in the title, in the abstract, among the authors. But if you want to be very specific, then because you're not looking for, well, Polarstern could be the name of anything, but now you're very certain you want to look for a ship that's called Polarstern, then you can also put it, you can look for it in the facet filter to the left-hand side, and maybe it's already suggesting it. So you don't see it here because it's well, down below. You have to scroll, which is not possible on the screenshot, of course. But if you do so, then you will get a slightly different result because you're a bit more specific. So I'll put that next to each other. This is the search where we put all the words in the search panel. And this is the same search, but now we are using the facet filter search. So we're clicking on the project called Mosaic. It's the author, Stephanie Arndt. The basis we have chosen to be Polarstern, and the method we've chosen to be Snow Pit. And then we get also slightly different result. So it's 17 data sets versus 20 data sets, and that's because we are here a lot more specific. You can also get the same results and be also very specific by using just this search panel up here, because you can actually write that you want to look for the project Mosaic and the author Stephanie Arndt, and you'd like that to be part of the citation and not the author of any related article. And so you're looking for the basis Polarstern and the method Snow Pit. And then you get also your 17 dataset result. So now the question, of course, arises, why and how would I know what to put here? Then I get the same as in the facet filter. If I don't want to click, but I want to write, then you will find the help on our wiki pages. So Doro already showed you how to get to the wiki pages, and I will also show the wiki pages a little later. And then I'll show you exactly where to find out what to put there to to get what you want, to find what you want. So what else can you do? You can write, so automatically, if you write anything here, it is connected with an AND. It's combined with an AND, but if you want to have it combined with an OR, you need to put it there. And then you're not searching for author, art, and author material, but you have either way, or well, you have both ways, and then you get the individual works of them. If you don't put the OR, then you're searching for data sets that where both are authors. So if you only want one without the other, then you can put a little negative sign here. If you are searching for something when you're not sure how the spelling is working, then you can put little tilde, so then you get an approximate search. So for example, if you're a little tired and you forgot how to spell Neumeier, then you can find it also by just typing something that sounds a little similar, and then the search is finding you Neumeier station as well. So there's one thing to that's important. If you use the negative sign or the tilde, it's important that you don't put any blank between the tilde or the negative sign and your search parameter, because if there is a blank, it doesn't work any longer. If you're searching for names where also not sure about the spelling, or any word where you're not certain about the spelling, you can also use something that's called wildcards. So for example, if you're searching for an author, maybe Müller, maybe Miller, who knows, I don't remember, then if you know that it's only one character that you're not certain of, then you can put a question mark. So the question mark is a placeholder for wildcard for exactly one character, and then you will get research results of, for example, Müller. Or yeah, and here's another Müller. So there might be stuff coming afterwards, but in between, it's just one character. You can also put an asterisk there. That means that you're not sure of several characters. So again, your search results is showing Müller, but also if you scroll down a bit, you will find a Müller spelled with UE. So it's replacing two characters, the asterisk here. So that's also quite helpful. So far, or if you go to the PANGAEA webpage and you want to search for, and you start with your search with any keyword, then it's showing you automatically the topics that you can also choose on. You can click on any topic and then you start your search within that topic. But there's also the map feature. So if you click on map, you can so you hover over with your mouse and then it's selecting any of the regions that PANGAEA is offering, for example, North Atlantic Ocean, and then your search starts within that region. And if you click on it, it will appear in the facet filter panel. You can also search via a so-called bounding box. So that's on the right-hand side. But you need to start your search with anything. So you're what I'm trying to say is, if you're here, you don't see the feature with the bounding box. So you either need to click on any region or you type any other keyword, and then you click on enter, and then you will get some results, and then you can refine your results, but also changing the boundary box. So you can either type in numbers in this part, or you use your mouse and change the shape of your bounding box. And you can say apply, and then you're refining your search geographically. There's also something where you can search in terms of dates. So this is the actual date of when the measurement was taken, because if you go back here, you can see in the facet filter, you can also search for a time frame, but this is the year when the publication was done. Well, if you search for a time frame when the measurement was done, that is defined in this part. And we've got something that's called the data warehouse. So let's assume you have already done your search. So I was looking for the parameter salinity, and I wanted the method, the thermosalinograph, and I've chosen 1 year only. So then so I've narrowed it down quite a bit to only 11 data sets. Then I've decided, oh, I'd like this. This is now exactly what I was looking for. I like to download now all these 11 data sets. Then I can go to data warehouse and I can click here. And the first thing that I will get is a text telling me that I need to log in. Okay, so I can log in. You can register for free if you haven't done so. And as soon as you're logged in, you can go further with your downloading the data. And so then you get a screen like this. And the first thing that also catches your eye is that there's lots of text. And if you focus on the text, it will actually telling you, or it gives you a little warning. So it's a tool to compile data, and it's important that so that you remind yourself, or that you know exactly what you were searching for, because you then get you get a list of what you are downloading, and if you want to go back, then your what you have put there in your search. So sorry, I got a little lost. Let's try again. So first, so you.
Don't worry, we are here.
Thank you. Nobody's running away, huh? So first you do your, you are very specific in your search, and then you continue clicking, and then you can further click on things like you want to choose a method, or you want to choose on a mean, and depending on where you click, you get a loss of precision. So that's what I was trying to refer to. So you get a loss of precision, and you need to remember yourself where you clicked, because if you download it, there won't be any description saying you've clicked on these 3 checkboxes. You need to remember it yourself. And if you do it again and you click different checkboxes, of course, you get different results. And afterwards, it's important that you cite all data sets that you're downloading and you're using. So let's continue. We've asked for salinity, and then it's automatically giving you a little, something that you can choose from. So of course, when you search for salinity, then it's offering you salinity, but it's also offering you other parameters, because in many of the salinity data sets, there's also something called quality flag for salinity. And if you want to choose that, then you can click on that little plus sign and you get it too. And maybe because I'm asking for a thermosalinograph, then it's suggesting me temperature. So I'll click on that too. And if you want the geocode, then of course you need to click on the geocode. So daytime, depth, water, latitude, longitude. There's more that you can choose from. So here I've chosen daytime, long, depth, salinity, and temperature. There's more that you can choose. For example, for daytime, you can choose an averaging. So that's actually what you can choose from. And I've chosen no average, but there's quite a big variety of things to choose from. And then for every parameter, you can choose also a method, because it's telling you we've got salinity data that's calculated from internal temperature, or it's calculated according to this specific method. And we've got salinity data measured with a salinometer. So you can also be more specific in your choose, or in your search, or you simply choose any of them, and then you continue. You can do that again for temperature. So you choose your method, your time averaging. Then you can check also that you get more averaging or standard deviation values. And after you've read everything carefully, then you click on Start Data Warehouse Query. And then it's downloading automatically your search results into a zip file. And because I've asked for salinity, it's called parameter salinity zip. So let's have a look. It's a zip file containing four different data things. So 3 are the citations of all the 11 data sets that I have chosen to download, and I get them in different formats. So here is shown the text file. Then you can see all the information is there from all the data sets that you're downloading. And if you then open parameter salinity tab, you get everything that you've chosen. So daytime, longitude, depth, salinity, and temperature. And also, again, the origin of the value. So the DUI of the data set that you have chosen to download. And so in the data set, there's only the DUI, but you can compare that and find the full citation in one of the other files. And very important, if you work with it, if you and then publish a result from that, then never forget to cite all individual data sets. So if you go back to the landing pages when you've done your search, then there is more to discover. So for example, if you use your mouse and you hover over the authors and click on them, then if the author has given you additional information, like an org ID, then this will be displayed too. Since 21, we have this feature that you can see how many people have looked at your data set or at this particular data set and how many people have downloaded it. If this data set has been downloaded via machine harvesting, this is not counted. So that's technically not really possible. So only when people click and download. If you focus on all the metadata, all the additional data information that's given, then you can see that there are these little magnifying glasses. And that means, so here, for example, it's next to the project name. And if you click next on that magnifying glass, you will get all the data sets where this specific project is linked to. And if you, once you know that the magnifying glass is there, you will notice that's basically everywhere. And that can also help you in finding more data sets of what you want, or help you with your search. There's also more information when it comes to, in this example, for a campaign. So with this data set, there is an event. So as Doro explained, this is, it tells you a little sum up of how this device was used, where and when, and that it has been used in a specific campaign. And if you click on the campaign name, then you get even more information that's known for this campaign. So now that we have found our data sets and our search results, now the question is, how else can I download them and not only using the data warehouse? So there are several ways. And what we cover today is that we will go to the PANGAEA webpage and click to download. What we do tomorrow is then we will show you how to search and download via scripts. So you do not have to click all the time. You can also write in a little script and then do the same. But that's stuff for tomorrow. So First thing is there are differences when you're logged in and when you're not logged in. So it's exact same search, exact same result. But in this case, I'm not logged in, and here I'm logged in. And the difference is that when I'm logged in, you get a little download button. And so you can click on download and you download the dataset directly. If you're not logged in, you have to click on the dataset and then you can download it. And of course, we always assume it's open access. Here is now one example of one individual dataset. So here's the citation, here's all additional metadata information. If we scroll down, then we can see the download data button. So you click here and you get the data as tab delimited text, and you get it no matter whether you're logged in or logged out. So this is for open access data. If there's data, if that is access restricted, then and you log in and you belong to a specific group that does have the access, then you can download it. If not, then this will not appear. So Doro has already told us about collections. So here is now an example of how a collection will look like. And so it is also now shown in the citation. So in this case, it's a publication series. And if you scroll further down, then you can see that you have several options. So if you want to, so you can download a zip with containing all data sets, so all of these 7 data sets and the information, the metadata information and the citation of the collection. Or you can click on the individual files, on the individual data sets, and then you can download the individual data sets. Here is now an example of a data set which contains itself several files. So when so you can see that it actually contains data. So it contains a lot of data files, and each of these data files has some meta information. And now you can either click on download dataset as tab delimited text, then you get this table including the link to the dataset, or you can also get the individual data files, or you click on zip or tar, and then you get the individual data sets all in one, combined in a zip file or a tar file. So it depends on what you would like to have, you can get. So tomorrow, I will show you, or Dana will show you that you can use R, and I will show you how to use it in Python, how to do very similar things, how to do the search and then download either individual data sets or a full list. So the example will be shown in Google Colab. You can click then on that link and then it will open up for you, and you can do it at the same time as I do it and follow there. But if you're not a fan, or if you want to do it, then you need to be logged in via Google. If you're not a big fan of Google, then you can simply follow how I show you the example, and you can go to the GitHub page and download the code and do it without the necessity of logging into Google. So that's also fine. So where to find documentation and help. So we do have the wiki pages. Doro showed you when you are on the main page that you can click on help and you get to the wiki page, but you can also type in your browser directly wiki PANGAEA, and then it looks like this. And since it's about search and download, They are in the right-hand side boxes. And so if we zoom in, then today's topic is the PANGAEA search that's hidden behind the PANGAEA search button. And tomorrow you'll find that in the advanced search part. So if you click on PANGAEA search, then it will tell you more or less what I've shown you today, that you start with any keyword and it continues from there, that you can use words like and or, and also there is documentation about the data warehouse. And if you would like to know exactly if you're not a fan of the facet filter, but you want to do your search, the specific search in the search panel, then this schema will tell you what to put there in order to get everything very specifically, or as specifically as when you use a facet filter.